Nahmaduhu wa nusallim ala rasulihil nabiyyil kareem. Amma ba'd. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. My dear respected viewers in Islam, Assalamu alaikum. Today I'll be briefly covering another book which is available to purchase on Minhaj Books Online. It's a very important topic which will widely benefit you, our audience, as we'll be telling you about our parents' rights in Islam. I will be briefly mentioning topics which will be mentioned in the book. For example, benevolence towards parents. What do you think this means when we talk about benevolence towards parents? It's showing kind acts and being well-mannered towards them. To not even say a word of contempt in front of our parents. So for example, nowadays, amongst the younger generation, it's very common for us to use the word something along the lines of uff. So it's very easy for us to fall into that, but it's something we should be a little bit more mindful of and try to improve our habits. Another right of our parents in Islam is being able to be taken care of when they're elderly in the time of need, which is one of the testing times. For example, helping them complete their daily activities when they're a little bit less able to. When there's difficulties, we reach out, we help them. So this is something that we can also do, and caring for their health, taking care of their medications. These little activities and acts of service is something that can really help them later down in their life. A few points discussing the rights of our parents under the light of Hadith will also be mentioned in our book, which is available to purchase once again on Minhaj Books Online, and it's a very good investment as well. It will also include the Sharia of Musa and Isa alayhi salam in regards to parents, which will also be discussed in further detail. It's a very interesting read and it will benefit a lot to a wide audience. It also discusses the limits for doing good with your parents. There are no limits when showing greatness and acts of kindness, care and respect towards our parents. As much as we do is less, so we should do more. We should always try to do better, always try to make them happy, show kindness, show acts of services, and continue to do our best. The model that the religion of Islam has presented on the fulfillment of one's rights and duties is so moderate, beautiful and qualitative that it is matchless in the entire world. No other religion or faith can even compete with it, to the extent that fulfilling even a tenth of the criteria would be a struggle. The desire for materialism has alienated parents in the West to such an extent that they are unable to raise their children properly. Whilst on the other side, children are deprived of parental affection, that they are raised in care homes. The elderly, they are also deprived of the attention of their grown children and blood relatives, and instead spend their final days in care homes, instead of being cared and looked after by their loved ones. Reality is, parents are the biggest blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and cannot be compared to anything else in the world. For children, the material accommodation and the provision of facilities are on one side, but the peace of mind attained from the love and care of a mother is in a class of its own, and it's an indescribable feeling. I would also like us to kindly reflect on our own doings and see where we can improve ourselves and treat our parents with more respect, more love and more affection. I would now like to conclude our part 1 of 3 for our book review, which was Parents' Rights in Islam. And please be sure to follow on to our parts 2 and 3. Inshallah, they will also be released soon. Jazakallah khair.